Hey, this is Coach Joe Dogstable, but built for theme parks. Now, you can already tell my voice is worse than yesterday. I'm actually off uni today because I'm just very, very ill. But there's two specific videos that I wanted to release today on top of the Universal one, which released this morning, earlier. There's an announcement from Pleasurewood Hills in a couple of hours of recording this, so I've still got to film that. But I thought I'd film this first one now. Because we've got some news out from Thorpe Park Resort this morning. A few other YouTubers like Pleasure Beach Experience, I know I've watched their video on it. Backseat Blackout, I've watched their video on it. And they've announced the permanent Thorpe Park have announced the permanent closure of Loggers Leap. They've announced the fate, and it's not coming back at all. It's permanently closed, which is very, very sad news. It opened back in 1989. It's a Mack log flume. Stood SBNO from 2015 right up to 2018, and for the 2019 season, right before a few weeks before they're about to open for the season, they've announced the permanent closure of Loggers Leap. So I kind of praise Thorpe Park for announcing the fate now rather than keeping it SBNO and under development for another season. So I'll give them that, but it's still very, very sad. I do have a couple of memories from Loggers Leap. The first time I ever went to Thorpe Park in my life was back in September 2015, and that was the last day, that was the first and last day I would ever ride Loggers Leap. So I'm not as emotionally connected as I know Pleasure Beach Experience have got some fond memories of Loggers Leap. I know Theme Park Worldwide has some fond memories of Loggers Leap. I know some other people I've got some memories of Loggers Leap. Even though I'm not emotionally connected to Loggers Leap as much as they are, I'm still very saddened by the news because it's a great, great log flume. I'm so glad I managed to get it in its final season of operation. So good to get it in. And it's very, very sad news. I mean, I can remember the emotions and the feeling that I got, entering the queue for my first. I got 2 or 3 rides. I got about 3 rides in on that season, in that 2015 season, and I was just over the moon. I was really, really over the moon to get it. I think I appreciated it more now because it's closed permanently than I did when it was just a normal log flume operated as usual. So I remember being in that queue, very, very excited, a little bit nervous. I was still a little bit nervous because I didn't know, because, I was, leading up to the first ever Thorpe Park trip I did in my life back in 2015, I was watching videos, POVs, off-rides, history documentaries, things like that, all around Thorpe Park, all around Loggers Leap. I was watching old adverts, like old park footage from the 90s and the 80s. This ride has survived all throughout 1989, all the way up to end of 2015. It's one of the original rides from the family Thorpe Park. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think one of the only rides now from the early days of the park is the Mr. Monkey's Banana Ride. I think that was one of the earliest attractions. I think that's the oldest attraction in Thorpe Park now. I think it is Mr. Monkey's Banana Ride, so whether that's got long left, I don't know. But I remember staying in that queue, after I've heard all this stuff from it for the past few years. I was so nervous getting on it, and then when I got on it, it was fantastic, and it was like a classic log flume with the Wild West music playing around the ride, theming elements around the ride. The tunnel element, that was good. It did look a little bit deteriorated, I have to admit. It did look a little bit worse for wear. It wasn't in its heyday, but it was still a great, great ride. And that classic announcement, hold on tight folks, because this is the wildest ride in the wilderness. I still remember that classic announcement, hearing it in my eardrums to this day. And it's such a sad moment in the theme park industry, because we're losing another classic log flume. The flume was ripped out for Wicker Man at Alton Towers. That's why we're grateful that Chessington have kept their log flume and just rethemed it. We know Dragon Falls to Tiger Rock that was rethemed last season. We got Legoland's log flume, Pirate Falls. We got a few travelling looking log flumes over in the UK as well. You got the one down at Great Yarmouth Pleasure Beach. You got the Rugrats log flume at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Valhalla, technically, which is a dark ride log flume at Blackpool Pleasure Beach as well. We still got that. And things like that. Obviously, we've got Raging River at Thorpe Park. We still don't know if that's been relocated to the new Tornado Springs and been rethemed as Buffalo Falls, or it could be Wave Runner. We still don't know about that. There's still loads of log flumes out there, but like the permanent ones, the classic ones from the heyday, like the Loggers Leap, the Flume, Dragon Falls, you know, they've moved on. Dragon Falls is in a new life, Flume's gone, and now Loggers Leap's gone. So I hope we start investing in some water coasters soon. I mean, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll see some Mack Power Splashes or some other water coasters come to the UK very, very soon, to parks that need them. Alton Towers needs one, Thorpe Park now needs one. It'd be great to open up a brand new island and have a water coaster of some sort, like a Power Splash or something like Speed at Energylandia with those elevator lift systems. That'd be nice on its own island. So, very, very sad news. I had some fun memories in that queue. Listening to the Canada Creek. Obviously, the first time I experienced Thorpe Park in itself, overall, was pretty much the last years of Canada Creek. Before it was changed to Old Town, which is the next time that I went to Thorpe Park in 2017. Obviously, not confirmed yet, but I am planning a trip possibly this year. If not, maybe save it for if they're going to do the 2020 project, whatever it could be. If it is going to be a Project 2020 coaster, I think if I was going to Thorpe Park, I'd probably save it for next year, just to get that new coaster in, wherever it's going to be. I mean, this opens up a lot of speculation now as to Loggers Leap's site and whether it is going to be used for Project 2020, or they're just going to do it on a brand new island of some sort. I mean, obviously there's been a lot of teasers around the back of towards Stealth and Swarm. There was a lot of teasers around there, loads of rumours here and there, so, I mean, it could be anything. But of course, now the permanent closure has been announced, this opens up speculation as to, ooh, hang on, maybe Loggers Leap's site is going to be used for 2020, or it's going to be used for future development, like it was when it was SBNO. But yeah, very, very sad news. Rest in peace, Loggers Leap, 1989 to 2019. I'm not going to say 1989 to 2050, because it's only SBNO. I only do RIP to rides when it's permanently closed, so RIP Loggers Leap, 1989 to 2019. I mean, you did get to celebrate your 30th birthday in operation, but at least you lived until you were pretty much 30 years old. So, rest in peace, Loggers Leap. Thank you very much, guys, for watching this video. Make sure you stay tuned, because I've got another video coming up from Pleasurewood Hills on the announcement of their 2019 attraction. They've got a big announcement going up at noon, so stay tuned for that. My name is Coach Shell. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss a video. I'm going to make sure my throat is okay with this for the last video today. Keep living the coast life, my dudes, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Have an awesome day, my friends.